Alright, so we're back here and I'm slightly zoomed in. We now have the switch there. Now what I'm going to do is you can use any kind of knife or similar object. Basically what you want to do is start underneath this ribbon cable. And this is going to be a little more difficult than mine is right now, but there's two black pegs there, one on the left, one on the right, and then the switch, which is the problem. But basically you want to slowly just work your way. There's just tape behind this. Try and keep the force against the black plastic, and then just slowly give it some play there, and then it'll eventually pull away from the board completely. So there we have that. It's kind of loose there, it's just on a ribbon. So this is the piece that this switch housing is what you can actually buy from Canon to replace. Some have done that in the past, which requires desoldering those 4 metal feet and putting a new one on. But I've actually found a way where we can bypass that. So if you can see here, I'm actually going to pull the camera up. Basically, we have the front face of the switch, and then there's that little kind of bracket that goes down there on the side. So we're going to want to get something underneath that metal bracket and just pull it up so that metal housing comes off there completely. This is probably one of the most delicate parts of this whole thing. Is what you have to do is you have to get underneath this bracket. Very carefully lift it up and away. There, I've got it out. You can see I've just got it off that edge there. Alright, so now the hard part comes. Now what you're going to want to do here is, well, there we go. That's how easy it comes off. So first there is the housing layer. And then underneath it is this little piece. It's kind of reddish. And then you're going to be left with a little bit more. So what I'm going to do right now is use a little bit of the alcohol. And I'm actually just going to put it into this little compact flash thing here. So that'll be my holding container. And then what you're going to want to do is just dab this in the rubbing alcohol. And then we're going to come back here. And this is what I found the easiest way to do this is. Just get focused here. Just go ahead and just dab that and see we have one on the end of this. We'll just drop that off there. Grab the next one. And we have that. And we'll drop that down there too. So there are 4 pieces. And here we have the inside of the switch. Now you can go ahead and just clean that out with the alcohol solution. It's usually not too bad in here, so you can leave that if you want. What you might need is just gonna have to go find that. 1 second. Alright, so this is what you need. As I have this eraser, and it's not going to fit in there, but if you do have a small one, you can just erase those contacts in there, remove any sort of buildup that's on them. Then you're going to want to dip some more solution, dab some off, and then just get in there and make sure you clean out any eraser shavings, any corrosion. Mine had actually a little bit of orange corrosion on it when I first did this, so that was a major problem. Alright, so we're just going to set that whole bit aside, and now it's time for these 4. Alright. So now we have these. You can see the inside of them. Right now mine are nice and shiny clean, there's nothing on them. Before, those things each had a bunch of red corrosion on them, so what you have to do then is go ahead and work your way around and just erase it. So it's basically just like erasing pencil off a piece of paper. It's fairly easy, and just keep doing it until you get all of it. And then you're going to want to just go ahead and wipe that down with the isopropyl alcohol solution again. Alright, so you will be doing that for 1 piece, 2 piece, and this 3rd bit here. Now these are very light. Don't sneeze, they'll probably blow away on you. So that's one thing to keep in mind when you're doing this. These are very delicate. And you also have the bigger housing piece, which you'll also want to take apart and wipe the surfaces, wipe the underside of it. Just basically clean everything up. And again, this stuff is very small and delicate. Alright, so that should be pretty good because I cleaned all of my stuff just last night. So now, with these, you might want to dab some more alcohol on your thing here. With these pieces here, they're kind of concave in one way. You basically want to set them so they're raised off of the table, so you can kind of see those. And then we're just going to want to pop them back in that order. So I'm going to go ahead and this is very hard too. Just going to grab one of those and see if I can line the camera up here.